Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Sapphire Agame with the mid-season finale of American Horror Story Coven. It's titled Head. And we're going to start off in 1991, then go on to 2013. So in 1991, a young Hank Fox is in the Chattahoochee National Forest with his father, who is teaching him about hunting. With a rifle in his hand, Hank awaits his father to flush out their prey. Now, people might think this prey might be an animal, but no, it's not. Hank aims his rifle at a scared woman when she arrives in front of him. He hesitates shooting her, and she flings a fireball toward him. His father pushes him out the way, causing the man's arm to get scorched, and shoots the witch in the head. Hank apologizes, and his father tells him to show no mercy and to never forget what they are. Dang, he acting like they monsters and shit. They just witches. It's not gonna kill you. Of course they're gonna kill you if you're trying to kill them. It's called self-defense in this case. But anyway, 2013. Fiona carries Delphine's head in a box into Cornrow City and asks Marie about an alliance. When Marie shows no concern about the witch hunters, Fiona suggests that they would eradicate the voodoo tribe after the witches are dead. Marie stands her ground and orders Queenie, who now works in a beauty parlor, to dispose of Delphine's head. Back at the academy in the kitchen, Myrtle watches as Cordelia drops some eggs in an attempt to make some breakfast. She asks Cordelia if she believes Myrtle blinded her. Myrtle recounts the day when young Cordelia first arrived at the academy, when Cordelia asks if Myrtle was now her mother. Oh, that is like so sad. Cordelia knows Myrtle did not harm her. Up in Atlanta, Georgia, Hank arrives at Delphi Trust in Atlanta, Georgia, as I said. He is greeted by David, who takes him to see Hank's father. The men then discuss the orders that Hank has been given as a witch hunter. Hank has been sloppy, requiring his father to clean up the murder of Kaylee. That's the redhead. She's a fire starter. Hank is shocked to learn that Delphi was behind the attack on Cordelia to remind Hank of his mission. So they the ones that blinded his wife, and then he got upset. He said, "You blinded my wife," and he's like, "Son, don't fall in love with them. You gotta remember who they are." Blah, 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 stuff like that. I'm like, dude, they're just witches, okay? They're just witches. Not like they're Frankensteins or vampires or werewolves. They're witches. Calm the F down. At the academy, Myrtle prepares for a meeting with the council, Quentin and Celie, who expresses their regret over the misunderstanding that led to Myrtle's death. But they marveled at her heel scars and asked about Misty's mud. Myrtle corrects them, saying Misty is an extraordinary witch who has also been killed by those around her. A similar situation to Myrtle. Celie reaches a glass to toast Myrtle and becomes paralyzed, as does Quentin. Myrtle tells her guests that she gave them melon balls laced with monk's wood, which made them into human statues, revealing that she didn't invite them to chastise them, but to help out the coven. She then uses the melon baller to scoop out Celia's left eye and then Quentin's right eye. She then places them in Cordelia's eyes, so she has a sight bag. So he has one blue eye and one brown one. A shocked Fiona studies Cordelia's new eyes and inquires about the donors. Myrtle says they wish to remain anonymous, and we see a flashback of her pretty much chopping them into pieces, and she disposes of the limbs in barrels of acid. For one, as a regular woman, how the hell did she even get acid? Like, I'm pretty sure you can't go to Walmart and be like, yes, I would like 1 barrel of acid. I'm pretty sure you can't go up to Walmart or Lowe's. So it's like, how do people even get their hand on these things? So I know acid does not be just being sold around. So, what was that? So we have Fiona and Myrtle bickering and whatnot. Cordelia reminds them that the danger to the coven is not eternal. Myrtle hugs Cordelia as she leaves, and Cordelia realizes that she had lost her second sight power because she now has an eyes bag. There's no reason for her to have this, like, the second sight thingy, which I think kind of sucks. Like, she still can't have second sight? Dang. So Zoe and Madison arrive at the hospital to find Nan sitting outside Luke's room. Luke's mother, Joan, the crazy religious mom, will not let her in to see him. The three enter the room and Joan chastises them. Nan tells her that Luke says to calm down. She also mentions just a closer walk with thee that Joan used to sing to him when he broke his arm at 8 years old. At first, Joanne dismisses the clairvoyance, but soon sings the song at Luke's bedside while holding both his and Nan's hand. Back at the salon, Cornrow City, in a room at the salon, Queenie forces Delphine to watch Roots and its sequel, hoping that Delphine will understand Queenie's heritage and hopefully leave this world with pretty much a good, trying to change her and make her feel for the people that she had tortured. And she's going to have her watch a bunch of stuff, and she said that if she doesn't feel some sort of empathy for this, then she has no soul at all. You're just a monster, pretty much. So as Queenie leaves, Delphine closes her eyes and sings Dixie as loud as she can. So while if you've never seen Ruse comes on first with sort of like this explanation by Alex Haley. Not actually, but it's pretty much explanation about this go Roots, American Family Saga, and goes like that. Then it goes into like music, because it starts off in Africa first. Then after that, I think after I can't remember which episode is that, but after a certain episode, then you kind of get um a a, a um a nice like melody going on when it's telling, and it kind of catches up with the what happened before the episode within a picture, like a portrait, starting with the birth of Kunta Kinte, and you see him get taken away in chains. He got the birth of Kizzy, then you got Kizzy getting sold, then she gets raped, then you got the Kobe getting the birth of Chikachoy, you got a picture of the master, and it goes all the way up to when they get to Alex Haley. So it's kind of like a cool picture with the nice little melody going on. So if you've never seen Roots in the sequel, yeah, that's how Roots comes on. So she has all these like things go by like Roots is sequel, which is called Roots of Extraction. She has like pictures, actual footage of like people during the Civil War not Civil War, Civil Rights movement protests and stuff. So she's just trying to get her to show some sort of empathy, feel something. Like you cannot be literally that cold hearted. So Hank eats go over to Hank, who eats eating takeout in his home. Wounds appear on his body. He convulses in odd angles on the floor. Marie has begun a voodoo doll ritual on him. A man kicks in his door and tells him that he is feeling the wrath of broken promises. Hank's cell phone rings and the man answers it, holding Hank's ear. Marie tells him that the witches die tonight or the next needle will put a hole in his heart. Cordelia and Misty then prepare a potion of protection and banishment of evil. They use some on a dead flowering plant, and Misty asks to read the spell. It doesn't work at first, so Cordelia then tells her to read it with a stronger intent. And the plant regrows its green leaves and purple flowers and fruit. Hank arrives to see Cordelia has her sight again and begs her for forgiveness. She tells him that she has filed for divorce and his belongings are in the academy closet. Even though Hank is a hunter, you can tell he actually loves. You can tell he actually loves Cordelia. He really does love her, but it's kind of like he has this thing where he's trying to be a good hunter so he could prove his worth to his daddy. It kind of reminds me of Prince Zuko from Avatar: The Last Airbender, where he tries to. Well, his whole mission throughout book Water and book Earth, he's constantly trying to regain his honor, or trying to capture the Avatar, so his father would show some sort of love to him because he favored Azula over Zuko because Azula's like the freaking prodigy, but Azula is also freaking sadistic. So I feel kind of like Hank in this situation. That's kind of like he is. He's doing all this to try to prove to his daddy that like he's trying to find his honor. I'm going to regain my honor. And Dad, just show me some fucking love, dude. I'm your son. I'm your son first, and we'll turn to second. It's like, dude, here's your fucking son. Are you freaking kidding me? But anyway. As he goes to gather his thing upstairs, Hank is met by a growling German shepherd and Fiona. She said they needed more protection. He said that's why he's here, that's why he's there, and she mocks his masculinity. She and the dog then pass him by, and the dog scratches on a bedroom door. She opens it up, and the dog runs to Kyle. Fiona tells Kyle to leave and to call the dog, but it's sideways illusion of mice and men. As she leaves the room, she hears Kyle clumsily snap the dog's neck. Because I mean, the way Kyle is, given the fact that he's kind of like literally pieced together like a Frankenstein, and he has to relearn everything. So he kind of has like this real child mind. So he's okay. If you've never seen Black Belt, I'm gonna make a reference to this. If you ever seen Black Belt, there's a character named Finney. He's the gardener of the Phantom Hive Mansion. Okay, he's a child. But due to some experimentation, he has this superhuman strength. So kind of like Kyle is kind of like Phineas' situation, given the fact that he has like this strength, and even when he tries to pet something nicely, he doesn't know literally the power of his own strength, so he ends up killing the dog And in Black Butler, Finney was talking about a pet bird, and he was trying to pet it softly, but he said then the bird stopped breathing because he accidentally squished the bird. So that's how I kind of get it. I make so many references. I watch too much freaking anime. I just thought about that. Like, a lot of my references are to other stuff, but okay. Anyway, in Luke's hospital room, Nan tells Joan that Luke says that God is judging his mother for killing his father. So we're like, what? I knew this bra was crazy. Joan says that he died from anaphylaxis, but then we see in a flashback that she caused it herself because he had a lover. So it turns out, she put the bees into her husband's car. Like, how do you even get bees into? How do you even get a bunch of bees? Like, I don't even know what a beehive thing. Yeah, I don't think we have bees in Georgia. Well, we got bees in Georgia. I don't know what they'll have a bee of them in. Like people that do honey. So she put the bees into her husband's car, keeping him in the car while he's on having a phone conversation, and he locks the doors via remote. She locks the remote, preventing his escape. Luke continues to speak through Nan, revealing the knowledge that his father was leaving Joan for his lover, Miss Martero, I think that's how you pronounce it, a woman from Joan's book club, and an affair that predicted the murder. So she pretty much committed a crime of passion. Joan accuses Nan of being deceitful and treacherous, forcing the young to leave. No, bitch, you got made. First, you thought Nan was like this voice of God. You talked to him, but now that all your little evil secrets get revealed, all of a sudden now she's fucking deceitful and treacherous. Bitch, no, you just upset because your son now knows the truth about what you did to his pappy, and now you're being all mad as shit because you don't want to be alone, bitch. Maybe you should be alone. You crazy. Nobody likes crazy. So Jan, Nan, and Madison return to the academy to find Kyle and Fiona playing Gin Rummy. I think it's Gin Rummy. I have no idea what the heck that is. With Kyle winning, the girls discover Fiona has spruced up Kyle not simply to have a better car play partner, but also to provide a Coven with a guard dog that would attack on command. Because he would be useful because of the fact that he's already dead, so he can't die again. And the fact that he's dead, so you could rip his arm off, he'd be fine. When Queen learns that Delphi has kept her eyes shut for the duration of the video, she plays videos of civil rights era news footage, accompanied by spirituals. Now, these are Negro spirituals. That's what I like to call them, Negro spirituals. The spirituals, because granted that everybody's a Christian, but certain stuff is different from another group of stuff. Like these ones here, you'll hear mostly sung by black people. You ain't gonna hear these sung by no white folk. Completely different. Both Christians, the spirituals they sing will be completely different. Completely different, just saying. Since Delphine is capable of covering her ears, Lori is left alone again, but appears to be affected by the music and is driven to tears by the images of the civil rights abuse. So you got all the civil rights abuse stuff that's going on with the spirituals. You got the people protesting. You got the people being beat. You got the people being attacked by freaking police dog. You got them being hosed down. So you got all the stuff going on. You got the I'm not sure they showed it in lynching enough, but some of this stuff probably was going on too. Depends on your location in the during the time frame, because they would have lynched you too. And then, also in that time frame you would have had the KKK in their robes, and you had like the burning of the crosses and stuff. All that stuff was going on during civil rights time. To try to scare the black people and stuff. So downstairs, Queenie takes her place at the salon's front desk as Hank enters, armed with multiple high-powered guns. He storms in and shoots down a man who was prepared with his own handgun. He then puts down his shotgun and gets out handgun and shoots Chantel in the stomach, presumably killing her, then shoots Queenie as well. He walks through the salon and shoots another woman who attempted to take him down with a machete. So obviously these women ain't just headline, they is up and up prepared in case anything go down. Damn. He finds Marie and shoots her. She attempted to teleport, but he managed to shoot her in the arm. Queenie crawls, weakened by her wounds. She finds a handgun and shoots herself in the mouth, killing Hank and leaving her in an unknown state. Considering the bullets were blessed, during the spirituals, Hank's father is shown weeping over the images of his dead son at the hospital. I'm like, dude, that's all he wanted was your affection. And now because of this, he's dead. It's your fault. It's your fault. It's your fault. Your son is dead. That's all I gotta say. Meanwhile, at the hospital, Luke awakes and he accuses his mother of his father's murder. She tells him to go back to sleep, then smothers him with a pillow. So this bitch, anytime you try to leave her or accuse her, she's gonna try to kill you. I'm like, bitch, you crazy. That's why your son wants to leave you. You're crazy. Meanwhile, Maria arrives at the academy with her arm bandaged. She enters the academy, and a knowing Fiona closes the door. Because Fiona told her that earlier before that even though we have our differences, we're witches, you're voodoo, that we're both, beings of magic, and the witch hunter is not going to decide on one side. They're going to try to kill us both. Because in their eyes, we're both, vessels of evil, And given the fact that I also noticed that with the witch hunters, they're all men. All the women of the voodoo tribe and the witch coven are women. With, with the voodoo tribe being the leader is Maria Laveau, and the supreme for the coven is Fiona. I had just noticed that. So maybe that's like given the fact that what history showed that most of the people that was accused of witchcraft were women, and the people that did condemn them were men. It's not really surprising. So it's kind of like you got the whole religious thing versus with misogyny kind of in there a little bit, sexism or whatever you want to call it. So overall, that was an interesting episode. So it looks like Delphine actually has some sort of soul. Aww. Kind of late now, because now you're just ahead. So that's all for this mid-season finale. The show will return in January with the episode titled The Magical Delights of Stevie Nicks. So we finally get to see some Stevie Nicks on the show, which Missy might lose her head. She loves her some Stevie Nicks. Ooh, baby, ooh, say ooh. So come and rate, subscribe, and you guys have a wonderful holiday.